This is the Men's Room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The Trippers, the Grasshoppers, the Hip Ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Who did you unintentionally injure? 844-999-OLA.
Say hello to Shane, part 2. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
Hola. Hello.
So this one sticks in my head the most because it was the first time that I had only seen a couple of blunt force knockouts in all my life, and I was responsible for this one. Either way, we were doing an all-nighter. We're in our early 20s, and we had the half-gallon of vodka. We had already done a bunch of coke and stuff, and
kicking it like kids do.
We're playing the UFC game, and we get a little out of hand, and we start roughhousing. It starts to get personal, and I get pinned up against the bar or the island in the middle there, and I just kind of sidestep, and I kind of double underhook him and get my hands clasped around him, and I lift him all the way up in the air, and I just throw us both to the ground as hard as I can, and the back of his head hit the tile, just bang, you could hear it.
Yeah, because you suplexed him.
Well, what are you going to do, though? We're up and...
maybe not suplex him.
It could have been a lot worse, but they had to slap him and, dump water in his face for about 10 seconds before he came to, and I hadn't seen anything like that before, so I was like, oh, I'm glad he's not dead.
There's a lot.
Doing that coke, the UFC game. Then I just splatter his brain on the back of a tile floor, man. And goddamn, never seen anything.
It's all over.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's why people, when you're in a party and you see drunk guys starting to roughhouse, that's why everybody goes, stop.
Because you know how it ends.
Right, it always gets personal, and somebody always gets hurt.
There's a couple of things where you know how it ends every time. People that try to juggle knives, right?
Yeah.
There's I'm trying to say, we know why you're going to stop when you cut your finger off. That's the only way you're going to stop. We all know it, right? The drunk guys start roughhousing, like, it's going to end with one of you in the hospital. No, it won't. Sure enough. Mm-hmm. Here, get in the car. Let's take him to the ER. You know how this stuff ends.
And I don't care that you're going to break your buddy's arm or something, right? Honestly, I could care less. The problem is the party's going to have to stop.
Right?
Oh, yeah, because someone's going to have to go to the hospital.
Don't be a buzzkill.
They're going to have to be there for 3 or 4 hours. Who did you unintentionally injure? 844-999-OLA.
Is it mean if you're at a party, something bad happens, dude has to go, like, is it wrong to just keep the party going? Like, hey,
depends on the level of it.
Like, if you're taking them to the hospital, then, like, I don't need to go. And frankly, other than this little glitch, we're all having a really good time. I would say keep it going.
You know what it's like? I think the level of it is like when you see a really serious injury in sports. So whether someone just has a really brutal, grotesque ankle break or sprain or
knee backwards,
someone, it looks like that they might have broken their neck on the field and it takes a while to get them up and out and all that stuff. And the only thing you can think about is that for the rest of the time. It's like, maybe that's the party's over. You know what I mean?
They continue to play the game.
But they do, because
even if there's a 10 or 15 minute and both teams are out there going, hey, man, but at some point, they go back to the game. So even if the party stopped just like 10 or 15 minutes, like, well, you want to go back and drink, man?
I think Miles is right, though, right? Because there's injuries that happen in every football game.
Sure.
People break stuff, dislocate stuff, and you just kind of go to the next play. But then when you look at the guy from the Steelers this year.
Right. Shazier.
Right. When it's that serious, you're right. Like, the game continues, but there's a different tone.
Not right.
Mm-hmm. So, like, the party... You're not getting paid to party, so I'm thinking the party has to stop.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I mean, I guess you could be like, dude, we got to keep partying.
I'm Andrew WK. I'm getting paid for this.
Right. We're here for 3 hours.
Who did you unintentionally injure? 844-999-OLA.
I'm just picturing somebody really catching a beating at a party.
But I'd still be like, the keg is still tapped. I mean, hello, Kevin. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
Hola.
So my brother and I, younger brother, we're like 8 and 10, and we've been watching this thing on TV, and they were doing cowboy wrestling. That's what they're calling it. And they tied a rope. Each guy had a rope tied, one rope to the other guy's ankle, right? So you're connected with your legs. and we're out in the backyard, and we're pulling each other, and the objective is to knock the other guy off his feet, right?
Right.
So here we go. We're kind of pushing around a little bit, and we got 15 feet of rope between us or something. And all of a sudden, I get the best of him, and I just pull the rope, and both of his feet come out, and it was just a slow motion thing, right? You're watching this happen. His feet come out, lands, back of his head, just smack, right? Just the whole business. And all of a sudden, I'm freaked out. So I run over there, and he's like, he's got the eyes like, what just happened? And then he's like, I can't feel my body. And all I'm thinking of is, don't cry. Don't tell Mom, right? I don't want Mom to find out.
You can be paralyzed, but don't cry, man.
Exactly.
Paraplegics don't cry.
Just don't let Mom know. Yeah, don't let Mom find out. So he's like, everything's tingling. I feel like I'm floating in the air in this whole business. But it turns out he didn't cry. I didn't get in trouble. He's not dead. He's not in a wheelchair. Everybody's happy. We do not do cowboy wrestling anymore.
The moral to the story.
As long as you learn, man.
Yeah.
I remember, the thing is, I don't remember this, but recently, in the last 2 or 3 years, a cousin of mine, he's 8 years younger than me, but we kind of catch up. He lives in Texas, so we're drinking beer on his front porch, and there was one summer that he spent with my brother and I. All right, so my brother's 5 years older than me. Again, I'm like 8 years older than this kid, I think. Whatever, but either way, I do not remember this.
He does.
He absolutely does. So we're kind of talking about that summer. It was a great summer, and he's like, you remember what y'all did to me, though, right? I was like, what are you talking about, man? Because we all got along really well. He's like, we had a balcony at this house where we watched him. We had a balcony, and as he recalls the story, and I do not remember this, I picked him up, and my goal was to drop him off of the balcony, but my brother was below to catch him, okay? So as he tells the story, because I'm like, man, I don't remember this at all. And he's like, I do, man. And he's like, I was pleading with you not to do it. And he's like, but your brother, the genius in the family, and I don't say that facetiously, was assuring me that I'd be A-okay, because it's only like a 7-foot drop. How could he possibly miss? Well, as you probably piece together, obviously I dropped him. My brother missed. So he's like, man, you just dropped me like 7 feet directly into this gravel pit behind your goddamn house. And I'm like, are you sure, man? He's like, yeah, man. He's like, you picked me up, you dropped me, your brother missed. And the only reason I'm remembering this now is what that guy just said. I guess my brother was instantly like, do not cry. Do not cry. Do not cry. Do not cry, because he doesn't want to answer to the parents. Man, I have no recollection of this, but my cousin told an exceptionally detailed account of that moment. And I'm like, I believe you, man. I honestly don't remember it. He's like, no, I remember. I said, okay, I get it. I'm sorry. I think he had waited like 30 years to finally hear, sorry. And I was like, technically, it's my brother's fault because he didn't catch it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know, the reason he hit the ground because he didn't catch it. Hello, Ben. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bichola.
Hola.
So my son actually called in, but he's only 14, so he couldn't tell a story. Is there any way he still could?
Say what now?
So my son called in, but he's only 14 to tell a story. Can he still tell a story?
If you're cool with it.
Yeah, I mean,
look, you're his dad.
I'm really cool with it. Yeah, no, here he is. Here's my son, Isaac.
Right, cool.
What's up, mother effers?
Hola, bichola.
Hola,
buddy.
Hi, how are you guys?
We're doing good. How are you?
Good.
Okay, what happened?
So, yeah, when I was about 4, this actually was in the house I'm living in right now, in my room. I was helping my dad frame the new room that we were remodeling.
Wait, you were 4 years old?
Your dad's a slave driver.
Listen, first of all, you were not helping. You were just there. I have a kid who's about your age, and I get it. But like when my kid has helped me paint stuff, I think help is defined differently among children and adults. But you were there in the room, and your dad's reframing it.
Yeah. And so he says, go get me the nail gun. And, of course, being 4, I pick it up, and I have my finger on the trigger, and I accidentally put it against his leg, and I shot him right in the knee. And he screams, and I freak out, and he waddles around and pulls it out, and then my mom gets there, and she freaks out.
All right, listen, and I'm going to tell you something, and I'm not trying to sound harsh. I'm sure your father's a great guy. Your father's an idiot. If you ask a 4-year-old to grab a nail gun, you should just count on the fact that you're about either you or that kid's going to have a nail in them, right?
Did you feel bad about it?
Yeah, I did at first.
Do you laugh about it now?
Oh, yeah.
You should. All right.
Yeah.
And has he ever let you have like a sip of beer when your mom's not around? Just like, here, kid, try this.
Yeah.
I figured. Okay. All right. Well, your dad's going to take you to McDonald's now.
And you can get whatever you want.
Yeah, exactly. Enjoy the week.
Yeah, man. If you look, man, I've been redoing some stuff in the basement, and one of the things I'm using is a nail gun. And if either of the kids even walk,
it's a powerful thing.
Dude, right? If they even walk into the basement, like I just stop using it. I thought, man, you got to back away because if they touch it, I can I look like Pinhead from Hellraiser. I know that, especially my daughter because she would do it on purpose. Like my son, at least I know it'd be an accident. But he is 5, so it's like, nah, dude, you're not.
Even those industrial strength staplers. I used to have one that has the big long copper, probably pretty similar to the ones that you had when you got sutured back up. Where it's like kunk.
Yeah.
I mean a
staple gun.
Yeah, but I mean like a professional grade.
Yeah, but the kind of go
kunk, not just like click.
That might even be the brand name.
Kunk. But a nail gun is like thump.
But it's so quiet. It's all that air compression, right?
Yeah.
So it's just. It doesn't sound like it's lethal until you realize you just put a 2.5-inch nail.
You're
like, Jesus Christ, man.
Mm-hmm.
They do, by the way, in the hospital, I was shocked. They do just use a nail gun.
It's a real nail gun. Like, it looks like a nail gun.
And then when they take out staples from your head, it's like
a staple remover.
Yeah.
And nothing more. Look, man, one of the things that amazes me about the medical world, especially with dentists, there's all this new equipment that doctors and dentists use, but when it comes time to just do the dirty work, it's like they could have gone to Home Depot and when I got a tooth taken out of my mouth, they don't
pliers,
and
sometimes
a chisel, and a hammer.
And a hammer to break it if it doesn't come out all at once.
Chisel,
and then they crack it into pieces.
And then take the pliers.
And pull them out.
But they don't call them that. So as I'm getting my tooth,
extraction.
The dentist says to the assistant, like, hand me the whatever it is. And I'm expecting to see some extravagant new thing. And I'm like, I think that's a hammer. She's like, no. Right. We don't call it a hammer. I'm like, what are you going to do with it? And then she hammered into my mouth. I'm like, that's a hammer. That's what it is. It's a hammer and chisel and pliers, man.
Bad jokes coming up. Ted versus the FCC. And we've got your emails on the way as well from the Men's Room at mensroomlive.com. That's all coming up next. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Hola, bichola. You have entered the Men's Room.
Get ready. Here come the bad jokes and the return of Ted versus the FCC. First time for a few emails from the Men's Room at mensroomlive.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
Our question, who did you unintentionally injure? Guys, I was kicking a rugby ball to clear it out, and the referee stepped right in front of me, splattered his nose. To his credit, he finished the match, and one of our guys, an Army doc with combat experience, fixed him up at the drink-up. I didn't feel bad until someone bumped into him, and his beer mug hit him in the nose. Guys, karma came calling when I was with my wife in Vegas. In the bed after several beers, I was moving forward as she was moving backward. You know what I'm talking about.
You know.
Bam, back of her head right into my nose. Blood everywhere. Sexy time is over. That from the dirty hooker. One day my boyfriend, who became my husband, and I were walking up the stairs to my apartment. I was behind him, and I got this great idea to grab his junk from in between his legs. I barely grabbed him as I was trying to be gentle. Immediately, he screamed out. Apparently, I ruptured a testicle with my finger. He was so swollen and bruised, it took weeks for him to recover. I've never felt so bad in my entire life. I still feel bad to this day. You all are awesome. That from Laurie, the ball buster. Ola, I have an unintentional story. Freshman year of high school, I'd sit with two friends and a guy I had wanted to strangle since the 4th grade during lunch named Mike. This was pre-Michelle Obama changing lunch foods to be healthy, so I would always buy myself a cookie at lunch. Best chocolate chip cookies I've ever had to this day, by the way. One day I'm at lunch, and definitely on my period. Not all chicks are like this, but I am the most aggressive and territorial person on planet Earth when that's going on. So I get myself a cookie, and I'm going to town on the cookie. Mike walks up, and I'm instantly pissed. And he starts messing with me and touching my cookie. I immediately tell him to stop before he chooses to accuse me of having that time of the month. Well, he was right about that, but if there's one thing that you should never say to a woman, it's that she's on her period. Naturally, I tell him to bug off. He threatens to break his arm. I'm 5'5", too weak to do a push-up. This guy's about ready to go into the military, by the way. He's 6 feet tall. He holds out his arm, laughing, and telling me, go ahead, break it. So I take his arm, I put it behind my neck, elbow him to the back of the neck. I use his arm to whip him around and throw him onto the table behind us. Spilled a bunch of food, gave him a limp for a few days, and he had a huge bruise up his side for a while. I had no idea I could do anything, and he was too embarrassed to tell school security about it. Still the coolest thing I've ever done, guys. Golfing one time, nutted one off the tee, hit on a line right into the next fairway. I screamed, 4! Just before I drilled this guy right in the stomach, and he went down fast. I turned away trying not to nervous Ted laugh. He got up and my friend said, "Sir, did that ball hit you?" He said, "You gotta be kidding me." And he lifted his shirt. There's this huge welt in a red circle the size of a basketball. That from our buddy Brack. Do we have any comments today?
Sorta. My computer's frozen, but one that is here. It says, my wife accidentally injured me when I came up behind her with cold hands and grabbed her boobs. Well, she shot up, suddenly bent forward, and threw my back out for a few weeks.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Cold hand to the boobs, brother.
Ouch.
That is weird, putting cold hands on people.
Mm-hmm. My hands are always cold.
Do we have time for a few extra emails here for the men's room at mensroomlive.com?
You've got mail.
I can't touch anybody.
You've got mail.
Guys,
It's summertime.
It's still cold.
today's my son's birthday. He's the big 2. His name is Cameron. Can you give him a little kid fish sandwich, please? I love the little guy. That from the mom, dad, and Kaylee.
Fish sandwich.
Guys, today is my son Jordan's 9th birthday. He's a good kid, but he hasn't been turning in his homework at school. For his birthday, can I get some dirty Germans and telling him that he needs to do his homework? Thanks, guys. Listen to you guys every day. That from Caleb.
Yeah, do your homework or your parents will do nasty things in front of you.
Yeah, let me teach you a word. It's called hypocrite. I will not be one. So I cannot tell you to always do homework. I was not the best student.
I am a hypocrite, however.
Yeah, but you have children.
Guys, my boy William, pronounced Will I Am, is turning 11, and we are on our way to the Great Wolf Lodge. How about a big old Leroy Jenkins? That from the Navy Dad.
Let's do this. Leroy
Happy birthday, Fernando in Sacramento, from your best friend John. I'll get that dollar to you soon. How about an original fish sandwich, please?
Fish sandwich.
Guys, today's my girl Kelly's 25th. She's been dealing with the recent passing of her husband, and I know she could use a little laughter. One of her favorite pastimes is getting drunk and talking in various accents. So I'm sure that the birthday song, along with the Dirty Germans and Ozzy Ted, will bring back that beautiful smile. That from Ricardo in Linwood.
Yeah, we will do what we can to ease your mind for your birthday. For example, you can plant tulips in my penis garden.
Yeah, Ted here from Melbourne. Heard you've been a little down. Hopefully she's smiling again. Remember, when you lay on your side, you're always smiling. Hey, it's about your buttocks.
Just thinking that through.
Yeah.
Guys, it's my 26th birthday. No one loves me, so I'm doing this for myself. Can I get a big old bong rip? Love you guys. That from Carlos in Tacoma. All the guys who wish my son Daniel a happy birthday, turning 27. His mom and I are very proud of him. He is the executive director at Smoky Point Productions, premium cannabis growers and producers.
Nice.
How about a little dirty German action, please?
Yeah, you like to smoke. I have a pipe for you to smoke later.
Yeah, Daniel, happy birthday. You must have loved Karate Kid because I see you're still playing with plants.
Guys, it's Hannah and Justin, and today is my wonderful husband's 27th birthday. Could you give him some turtle sex? Thanks, guys, and rock on. All the bitches, can you sing the birthday song along with a big old bong hit for Jay from his kids, Miko, Bandit, and Peanut? Thank you very much. This will make his birthday wish come true. That from Tanya. All the Bacholas, I'd like to wish my wife the best of birthday. She is 29. It would mean the world if she could get a symphony of turtle sex. That from Big Daddy Redwood. All the guys hoping you can wish my studly bearded husband TJ a happy 31st. Avid listeners to the show greatly appreciate the entertainment. How about an original fish sandwich and the Ted Smith saying, I'm a philanthropist eating sushi in an ambulance. Thanks a lot, guys, and rock on. That from Emma.
Fish sandwich.
I'm a philanthropist eating sushi in an ambulance.
Hello, gentlemen. The baby Brock turns 32. He is something special and a great nephew. Give the best clip you can think of. We love you, old man. That from Uncle Pam and Aunt Dano.
Uh-oh, look out.
Guys, name is Sal. Today I'm 37. How about an original fish sandwich and a suck-it-up cupcake, please?
Fish sandwich.
So, suck it up, cupcake!
Brother-in-law Jeff's 38th trip. How about giving him some turtle sex with wedding puke or maybe a drop the beat? Thanks, guys, from Dean.
Drop the beat.
Sup, bitches, want to wish a horny 40 to my brother from the same mother, Maine, pronounced Maine. How about some nasty Germans? Love you, Kyla. That from Judge and Fam.
Yeah, we play birthday games on your birthday. You take off your pants and then we play hide and go suck.
Yeah, sounds delicious. And after you're done sucking on that, come over here and I'll give you a snack pack.
Hola, Bacholas. This is the 40th birthday shout-out for my baby daddy and partner in crime, Oscar. We have a 14-month-old daughter, and he has stepped up to be a great dad. So could you give him a big old bong hit and an owl hitting the window? Listening to you guys for 3 years. Thanks for the laughs and appreciative mom named Carla. Birthday shout-out to Erica, sweet 41. Last 4 years have been awesome. How about a suck-it-up cupcake? And Vince Neil, I just said that. You're the best baby ever. That from Dave.
So, suck it up, cupcake!
Birthday
I just said that.
Yeah, shut up. Birthday song for our friend Kelly's 42nd. She would love the Dirty Germans. Annie, your penis is too small. Thanks, guys, from David, Roger, and Roxanne.
Yeah, for your birthday, I want you to find out the fanny pack is not something you wear. The fanny pack is a sex move.
Yeah, fanny pack also reminds me of the old days when we just called it a gum wallet.
A gum wallet?
Big
Yeah.
red.
Yeah. Juicy
Guys.
fruits. There's many flavors of this wallet.
Yeah.
The gum wallet. I would like to give a birthday shout-out to my homie Chris at Lansing Correctional with 52 years this day. How about some Dirty Germans talking about prison, please?
Yeah, there are all kinds of things we can talk about in prison, but I think you know what they are.
Yeah. Lots of sweaty men, bars, hot water, and wine. Bruno is my favorite.
Yeah, I always drop the slope on the floor.
Yeah. I cut the rope off his soap.
All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, bitches.
The Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefly.
Time for a couple extras here, guys. It says, gentlemen, just curious if there was a follow-up with a guy in England that was holding his poop. Love the show. Listen all the time. Got all the guys at work listening, too. Keep on killing it. That from Chris. Update on that guy?
I did get our buddy Bacon forwarded me a story. And so if you don't know, this guy Lamar Chambers is his name. He held his poop for 47 days because he had swallowed the drug evidence. The cops are waiting for him to pass it. He refused. So as of yesterday, he hit day 47. Here's the crazy thing about this entire story, just so you know. As far as we know, he still has not pooped, but he has been medically released to the hospital because at this point they're worried about his health, all right? But keep in mind, they had him on these drug possession charges. They have dropped those. He waited so long to poop, they actually dropped the charges just so he would poop. That was his goal. They did hit him with another drug charge, like suspected of furnishing drugs, but possession of drugs has
Which is why
officially
they were
been
holding
dropped.
him, right.
Yeah.
Guys, the fire segment was hilarious. Best radio ever. I see that the show continued after the third segment of the podcast, so I'm assuming that you guys didn't die. I can't stop laughing. Wish I could have caught the second half of the show. Instead, I was napping. Hope you guys had fun. You guys are legends. That from Parker. Yeah, a lot of people were concerned if we maybe passed away yesterday, but unfortunately for you, no, we're alive.
We're still here.
Ola fellas, based on the call from Elijah yesterday, I was thinking that you guys could consider a 10-second talent show for callers. That would be hilarious. And as far as the Freedom Burger, it should probably be on a King's Hawaiian bun. Nothing more American than a bun with added sugar. P.S. Miles, let's go fishing. That from Tiny Mark. And one more. Ola guys, as far as what happened to your downstairs. About 10 years ago, I was living in Boston in an old 3-family house with bad electric issues. Breakers would pop all the time if too many outlets were in use, that kind of a thing. This was the point in my life where I wanted to be ready for the ladies at any time, and manscaping was key. I could never seem to get a smooth enough shave down there, so I found the best method possible to rid them of unwanted hair. And that would be Nair. Now, after years of perfecting the Nair method, I had the entire process down. Like clockwork, it was timed to the second, and the result was a pair of testicles that resembled a pair of jumbo boiled peanuts. One night, while I'm doing this, my roommate Jared decided to defrost some pork chops he bought from a guy selling meat out of the back of the truck in Southie at the exact same time I was about ready to use my cool washcloth to wipe the magic lotion from my plums. As soon as he hit start on the microwave, a breaker popped and all the lights went off. It was pitch black and I yelled, "Jared, flip on the breaker!" as I could feel my marbles start to warm like a couple of hot stones. I began to sweat as Jared casually walked over to the bathroom door and calmly asked, "What's going on in there, kid?" as the temperature in my danglers was rapidly rising. The pain was now getting worse. It was like someone gripping your shoulders after a bad sunburn, and I began to frantically try and wipe the lotion from my beanbag, flailing it everywhere. At this point, my snow globes were pure fire. Felt like I could have fried an egg on them. Jared finally flipped the breaker, and the lights finally went on as I jumped into an ice-cold shower. As the water splashed upon my snapper slippers, it sounded like a putting match out of a glass of water. It sounded like putting a match out in a glass of water. My satchel was scorched, and my glorious jumbo boiled peanuts ended up looking more like old catcher's mitts, tanned and oiled for about a week, as I had to spray aloe on them daily and walk like a cowboy who just rode across the country. But boy, they were smooth. Peace out. That from Squeeze.
Damn, man.
Good story. That's good stuff. I think we need to go back in time to the last time we played Ted versus the FCC. If we could, let's go back in time.
Tigger the tiger called Mick the digger. Tigger wanted to know, where's the best place to go to dig for gold? Mick the digger said to Tigger the tiger that the nuggets are the brightest and bigger at the Niger River.
3 times fast.
Tigger the tiger called Mick the digger. Tigger wanted to know, where's the best place to go to dig for gold? Mick the digger said to Tigger the tiger that the nuggets are brightest and bigger at the Niger River.
1.
Tigger the tiger called Mick the digger. Tigger wanted to know where's the best place to go to dig for gold. Mick the digger said to Tigger the tiger that the nuggets are biggest and brightest at the Niger River.
2.
Tigger the tiger called Mick the digger. Tigger wanted to know where's the best place to go to dig for gold. Mick the digger said to Tigger the tiger that the nuggets are brightest and bigger at the Niger River.
Big win at Ted versus the FCC. Let's try it again.
And now, everyone's favorite daytime game show, where one person could lose $325,000 and their job, or win and walk away with nothing. It's time for Ted versus the FCC.
Oh, yeah. All right. Time once again for Ted versus the FCC. Man, were we up last night coming up with incredible rhymes and riddles for Ted versus the FCC. I'm brain dead, to be honest with you.
Well, I'll tell you what, the one thing we discovered, you don't even need the full Tide Pod. You can just start it straight out of the box. It'll keep you up.
Exactly right. Rocket fuel. But we came in and we got a listener submitted Ted versus the FCC. So we're going to go with that one because listeners come first. And this one's comes from the USS Gridley.
The Gridley?
Carl. That's right. Working for the United States Navy. And he says, howdy, bitches. I put together this Ted versus the FCC after a few too many beers and an incident with a riding lawnmower. And it goes something like this. Shoop's ship sup loves Shoop ship's soup. Shoop's ship sup sits and sips Shoop ship's soup. Abracadabra. The way we do Ted versus the FCC is you have to read that one time through and then 3 times fast.
Shoops? Is that the word?
Shoops, yes.
All right. Shoops, ship, sup, loves, shoop, ships, soup. Shoops, ship, sup, sits, and sips, shoops, ship, soup. Abracadabra.
3 times fast.
Shoops, ship.
Oh. So not close.
He wants to eat soup.
So far.
Especially not that kind of soup.
Bad jokes coming up. 844-999-OLA. You can email the bad jokes to the men's room at mensroomlive.com. Send them to us on Twitter at Men's Room Live as well. We've got bad jokes on the way. And we'll drink a toast with the shot of the day all coming up next. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Shot of the day is coming up. First time for some bad jokes, but to ensure the bad jokes last for generations to come, we first must bring you these rules.
This is the official men's room bad jokes rules. A bad joke is a bad joke, not necessarily a dirty joke. For instance, a guy walked into a bar. I think we know how that one ends. And yes, we all know about the man from Nantucket and what he can do. So a bad joke is a bad joke, not necessarily an offensive one. I mean, we all know that Jews own Hollywood, and what's better than winning a gold medal at the Special Olympics? Just keep these simple rules in mind before you call.
And now, the men's room proudly brings you bad jokes.
Right, Castle, the drunken charge, here to kick off the bad jokes.
All right, so a guy walks into a bar and he sees 2 women sitting there, and he walks up to him. He's like, "Hey, I would like to buy you ladies a drink." And she goes, one of them goes, "You're wasting your time, sir. We are lesbians." And he goes, "Well, what is that? I don't know what that is." And she says, we have sex with women." He goes, "Bartender, 3 beers for us lesbians."
What's the difference between broccoli and boogers?
What is the difference between broccoli and boogers?
I've never seen a kindergartner eat all of his broccoli.
What do you get when you cross poison ivy with a 4-leaf clover?
What do you get? What do you get?
A rash of good luck.
Why do natives not like snow?
Why do natives not like snow?
Because it's white and on their land.
What does the conga line in a retirement home smell like?
What?
Depends.
Why are there no jokes about Jim Jones?
Why are there no jokes about Jim Jones?
Oh, the punchline's too long.
Here's a pirate joke. Why couldn't the pirates play cards?
Why couldn't the pirates play cards?
Because they were standing on the deck.
Why do you hold the door open for a clown?
Why do you hold the door open for a clown?
Because it's just a nice jester. Jester, clown. I'm just reading.
There you go for bad jokes. All right, and we made it to drinking time.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Stephen Throwhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed, and today we toast Jonathan Rivera of Hartford, Connecticut. We actually talked about him a little bit yesterday, I believe, during the headline segment, but I feel that his stupidity, it should be isolated and celebrated. He's a 25-year-old guy. He does, in fact, live in Hartford, Connecticut. And he stole a car this past Wednesday. Why did he steal the car? He stole the car because he needed to make his court date. Why was he going to court? He was going to court for car theft charges. So, yes, you heard me correctly. He stole a car to get to court on time to deal with his car theft charges. Now, keep in mind, he stole a different car last month, and that's when he was charged with larceny. So he stole the car, drove to court, heard his charges, and then when he went back outside and hopped in his new stolen car, the cops were already waiting to arrest him because they ran all the plates and realized, hey, that car is stolen. No word on when he'll be in court to face those charges, but I would just say maybe the people of Hartford should probably make sure to lock their cars that day. Just a small thing. So again, you're going to court because you stole a car. And then you stole a car to go to court to face the charges of stealing a car. I don't know why it is that you're not immediately like thrown in jail or whatever the deal is, but they let him out and sure enough gets rearrested for stealing a car because he drove a stolen car to his court case for stealing a car. This is not a bright man. Well, covered him yesterday,
consistent.
But yeah, he is consistent. That's for sure.
No, he's stupid. That's all it is.
Consistently stupid.
Right. But people that are stupid, they're consistently stupid. But at some point, we don't just say, hey, man, they're consistent. We go, no, he's stupid. He's just stupid. But we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola, bichola!
Let's get to caller 9 on the line right now, 844-999-OLA. We've got Profile This coming up in minutes.
Hola! The shenanigans continue on the Men's Room Radio Network.